Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Snow here and I'm back on a brand new video. Today, guys, we're going to be doing Season 24 Legends tier list video. If you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe. Without further ado, let's jump straight into this. So I did one of these last season and my god, I do enjoy doing these. They're really, really fun. I'm going to be quite harsh critique today. I'm not going to be super nice and just be like, wow, man, everyone deserves to be in the top half. Guys, we got to be savage here. We got to make sure we get the points down and make sure we're not just putting everybody in S. So without further ado, let's run straight into it because I don't want to drag this out for too long. First off, we're going to talk about Alta. Now, Alta is a fun legend, and to be fair, she's actually got better over the seasons. Of course, they've done a few tweaks and buffs to her, and of course, she is slowly starting to make her way up the tier list. Whereabouts I would put her at the moment, I don't think I would be putting her in S or A. Personally, for myself, I think I would probably put her in A, or mate, to be honest, she's looking at a C or a B in my personal opinion. I think I'm going to put her in C because I feel like not many people play her still. She's still a low pick rate. Doesn't mean she's not a good legend, but I feel like she's obviously a legend that takes a lot more skill to use than a lot of other legends. So I feel like you can't really put her in B because if I start putting her in B, I would see her around a lot more and a lot more teams using her. Moving next, we've got Ashe. What am I going to say to Ashe, guys? Get me right up to that S tier. This is the most, not broken, but definitely the most improved legend out there this season. Ashe meta is seriously in right now. Now, I do think they do need to still do a couple tweaks and nerfs, but because Ashe is just so damn strong at the moment, like a lot of people are saying, everybody's just playing Ashe, so you're just seeing portals left, right, and center. They have done a small tweak with obviously her upgrades and making it so that you have to pick between either 2 portals or 2 dashes, and I think that was a very good idea. Having both of those perks available was absolutely unreal. Don't know why that was ever a thing in the first place. So I think at the end of the day, she's got to be S. There's no doubt about it. Does she deserve enough? Probably a little 1 in my opinion. Moving on to next, we have Ballistic. Now, Ballistic has been buffed again, and Ballistic, a lot of players have been saying how damn good he is. Now, I've played a few games with Ballistic, and I've had him on my teams a few times, and the ultimate just goes on forever, literally forever. It feels like it doesn't stop. Now, does that mean he deserves to be in the S tier? I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie, I think if I'm being personally really, once again, I'm being critique, I'm being harsh, he's definitely gone up in my opinion. I think I put him down in like the E tier last season. This season I'm gonna bump him up to, or you know what, he can have an A. He can have an A. I really do think Ballistic is a lot stronger now than he has been before in the past seasons. And like I say, if you've got a very aggressive team and you pop that ulti, you can keep on fighting with that speed boost. And of course, quick reloads, everything, unlimited ammo. It's just so good. And of course as well, his darts are still pretty damn good as well. They're pretty damn annoying. So yeah, I'm going to put Ballistic in A. Moving up to next, we have Bangalore. Now, Bangalore is once again always been a solid legend. And of course this season, Assault Legends have been buffed. It is an Assault Legend season. So yeah, without further ado, you're going straight up to S. I think Bangalore has always been an S tier legend. She is so damn good for not only just genuinely playing, but also for competitive. And I think at the end of the day, she just always deserves to be an S until they nerf her to a point where I go, actually no longer. But I think she's a really good, well-balanced legend as well. She's not broken at all, but she's so good as well. Her utilities and her skills are just great. So yeah, she has to be an S. Moving up next, we have Bloodhound. Now, Bloodhound is a legend that I genuinely love, and I think it's such a shame that Bloodhound has not been given any love in a while. Of course, there was the season where everybody was running Bloodhound, and it was insane. There was scans left, right, and center. It felt nutty. And then, of course, it's been a case of, Recon legends have been nerfed down to the ground, and they're not really doing a lot. So, for that reason, he's definitely one of the better legends in the Recon section. Do I think he deserves to be an S or an A? Probably not. I think I'm going to put him in C because I do think he is a good legend, and I think if you use him right, you can really benefit from him. But I don't think he's required this season. This season, it all seems to be about aggression. Nobody is looking for scans or anything like that. It's unfortunately not a Bloodhound season, and that's more of the reason why I'm putting him a little bit lower. Not because he's not a good legend in himself and his abilities aren't good, but I think at the end of the day, you've got to kind of go with what's in the meta at the moment, and unfortunately, Bloodhound is not. Next up, we have Catalyst. Now, Catalyst is a solid legend. She is seriously good. Now, she is one of those legends that, you know, if you're playing competitive, you want a Catalyst on your team for holding down that building because she is so damn solid. Of course, if we're going off of like normal rank games, at the moment, she's not really a meta because at the end of the day, everybody's just being aggressive, but that is just the way that the ranked sort of season is. It's another one of those seasons where, unfortunately, it's all about push, push, push. But competitively, Catalyst is so damn strong. Now, where do I think Catalyst belongs? Once again, I'm going to go back to where I mentioned before about how I feel the meta is obviously something that you want to be kind of putting into the equation on a tier list. And I feel like at the end of the day, because of that reason, I'm not going to put her in S, but I am going to put her in A. I feel like she is such a strong legend, and at the end of the day, I'm just kind of putting the legends that I think are strong in competitive and also in ranked in pubs in general in S at the moment. I'm not just going to say, oh yeah, Catalyst is so strong and competitive, definitely deserves to be an A, because I feel like at the end, S. I just feel like at the end of the day, you kind of almost got to kind of break it down a little bit so that we don't just have everybody sat in S. Next up, we've got Caustic. Now, Caustic is once again very similar to Catalyst, a very solid legend. Of course, he has got the unfortunate hitbox. He's our big chunky boy, and that does obviously play into effect with playing Caustic. But he also is aggressive. He has a very good ultimate, and of course, if you've ever tried to push a team with Caustic traps, you'll understand how damn frustrating that is. So I feel like you've got to put him on par with Catalyst. I think they both belong in A. I do think the hitbox obviously might tweak him a little bit. If I had like an S- or a B+, he probably would be in there. But for myself right now, I think you have to put Caustic in A just because he's so damn good for holding down those buildings. Unfortunately, once again, he's not in meta at the moment with ranked because once again, it's all about aggression. But I have seen a few Caustic players now and then, and they are very, very frustrating to play against. Next up, we've got Conduit. Now, of course, support were in meta last season. Supports were all around, and of course, they've had a few tweaks and a few changes. Now, does that mean Conduit deserves to be an S tier? No, I didn't put her in S tier last season. I think that she is a solid legend. I don't think the support nerf is really that bad. You know, changing the fact that they can't use small heals and get 2 bars anymore is not really making a blind bit of difference in my opinion. They're still so strong. I feel like at the end of the day, I think if I'm going to put Conduit anywhere, I'm going to put her in A. Purely on the basis that, you know, once again, she is a solid legend. She can be used, obviously, in ranked pubs. And I do think you could use Conduit in competitive. I definitely think you could. She is a strong, you know, support legend at the end of the day. Definitely one of the better ones. Moving into next, we have Crypto. Now, Crypto is solid. If anything, I think he might be my favorite Recon legend purely because of, I remember when he first got his buff, everybody was sitting invisible, and of course of how strong his drone is. There is a lot of things going for Crypto, and I really do enjoy him. Actually, I think he's so much better than he used to be. I remember when he used to first come out and he was so boring and dull and there was no reason to play him, and then of course he's got better and better with the seasons going on. Not had anything very recent, no changes at all, but at the end of the day, I do think, you know, you can't like not think about Crypto. Crypto is a strong one, and I think he is personally better than Bloodhound. But I'm not going to put him in A because I feel like, once again, Recon legends are very out of meta at the moment. And I feel like it's a little bit, you know, hypocritical if I went and put him higher up after saying that point. Moving to next, we have Fusey. Now, of course, Fusey is in the Assault Legend class, and at the end of the day, we all know Assault Legends this season are very, very spicy. Now, where do I think Fusey deserves to go? It's a bit of a tough one for me. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of Fuseys. That doesn't mean Fusey's not good. You know, Fusey is a very, very strong legend, but I feel like out of the Assaults, I think I'm going to put him on par with A with Ballistic. I don't think he's an S tier legend because he hasn't got as much going for him with like maybe like the team sort of scenario. He's got his obviously his abilities and ultimate and that, but I don't feel like, you know, apart from poking and of course, you know, maybe using the ultimate to stop a team or being able to maybe push a team, lock them in an area, I don't think he's as strong as maybe some of the S tier legends could be. I could be completely wrong here, guys, but That's my personal opinion. I think I would put him in A. Moving into next, we're going to go with Gibraltar. Now, Gibraltar is one of the strongest support legends out there. You know, there is 3 that come to my mind where I'm there like, yeah, these are the best ones. And Gibraltar is one of them. So there's no doubt in my mind that Gibraltar has to go in S, especially with obviously shotgun meta being still very irrelevant with this season. And of course, at the end of the day, his bubbles, his domes, his ulti, he has a lot going for him. The only downside is his hitbox. But if you know how to move with Gibby with that hitbox, you are laughing. Next up, we've got Horizon. Horizon, absolutely solid legend, but unfortunately she's not had any love for a long time. Now, she's got a lot of good movement, but at the end of the day, I feel like the majority of the time when I play with Horizons anymore, they are not standout legends anymore. They are not game breaking. There used to be a time where you would play Horizon and it was unbelievable. She was so damn good, but I think they've done a few changes to her gravity lift and they definitely have made a difference. I think they did a change to the audio or something, and maybe potentially the speed. There's something definitely different because you can shoot a Horizon off of a gravity lift so much easier than you used to. Of course, she's good for gaining height and things like that, but I don't think that she deserves to be in A, and that really is me being harsh right here. I just feel like 9 times out of 10, the amount of times I play with Horizons now, I don't think they're game breaking anymore, and I don't think they bring enough to the team. Comparatively, you're not going to see a Horizon anymore. She just doesn't seem to make an appearance anymore. And ranked wise, yes, there's a few people that do still play her, and at the end of the day, she is, you know, she's a good all-round legend, but I don't think she is necessarily needed anymore. And that's my harsh critique. B. Next up, we are going in with Lifeline. Now, I said there's 3 damn good supports, and yeah, Lifeline is the other one. Lifeline is going in S. Even with the support nerf, you are so busted with Lifeline's ultimate, and of course being able to res whilst fighting. She is so good, guys. She is definitely still up there. Her drone is so useful, her movement is great. I definitely think she deserves still to be in that S tier. Next up, we have Loba. Now, Loba was so good last season, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, she's still good now. She slept on a little bit now because I think a lot of people have stopped playing her because obviously assault meta started coming in, but out of the supports that are available, she's definitely one of my favorites. And I think at the end of the day, yes, they have changed obviously the looting and the fact that you can't put the ultimate down straight away. It goes to 50%, and of course that's why a lot of people were playing her, so they could land hot, they could put their ultimate down, quickly do a market, quickly get some loot, boom, straight back into the fight. But unfortunately at the moment that is not happening. You're having to wait a little bit longer, but she has 2 bracelets. She's amazing for movement. She has to be up there, guys, and I feel like, do you know what, I'm gonna put her slap bang in S. I think you can use her once again for competitively, you can use her once again for rank, definitely, and yeah, she's just great, to be honest, in my opinion. You know, I feel like there's a lot of the times at the moment where the loot is a bit, you know, dire. You know, energy is very much in meta and everybody's looking for energy ammo, and she's the type of person that will be able to get you that energy ammo in those situations where there's not much laying around, and of course safely. Next up, we got Mad Maggie. Now, I love Mad Maggie. I think Mad Maggie is so good, and I really do think that she belongs in S tier. I think she is so good for poking, and of course, her ultimate is so good for pushing or escaping. There has been numerous times when playing her that I've been able to get myself in and out of situations, or I've been able to be a nuisance and get somebody out of cover so that we can finish them off and finish them. She is really good, and of course, she does counter as well. Gibby, bubbles, and of course, you know, like Newcastle walls, and of course as well Newcastle shields, Lifeline ultis. She can counter them all. Her ultimate can destroy Gibby bubble, but also the drills just keep a nuisance and keep problems for those guys that are sitting in shields, bubbles, anything like that. So I feel like she has to make her seat right up in S. Moving on to next, we do have Mirage. Now, Mirage, in my opinion, is not S. I think Mirage has definitely gotten better. I think Mirage is a very good legend. But do I think to myself, like, right, Mirage is game breaking. Mirage is going to make the difference in this fight. Mirage is so damn good. And I honestly mean it. And I say it with my hand on my heart. And it's not because I used to be a Mirage hater, but I feel like Mirage doesn't bring enough to the team. The ultimates, yeah, they can be really annoying and a nuisance. And of course, yeah, he can go off and heal invisible by himself. But I feel like the reses normally get found. I think at the end of the day, he's not the easiest legend to play either. I think a lot of people used to be like, oh, he's so easy to play, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are getting used to the movement and getting used to what are, you know, decoys and what aren't. I feel like he is probably best suited to A. And that is me being harsh again. Moving into next, we have Newcastle. Now, Newcastle was actually one of the top 3 support legends. I wasn't saying Loba. In my opinion, the top 3 has to be, if I put them right next to each other, Gibby, Lifeline, Newcastle. Loba's really good and Loba's solid for that movement. But if you want somebody who is a team support player and is able to, you know, reset, get yourself back into that fight, get yourself be able to fight again, those are the 3 legends you're going to be looking at. Newcastle is so solid, whether that's holding a position, whether that's setting off and getting a reset. Newcastle can do that. Newcastle is such a good all-round legend. He has to be an S. He probably deserves a little nerf because everybody plays him, but at the end of the day, yeah, solid legend, deserves it. Now, you might be noticing it's getting a bit top heavy, so don't worry, we're gonna, you know, chuck a few people down the bottom now. And of course, we are moving into Octane. Oh, Octane, I am sorry, you are an F tier legend, and I'm really sorry about that, guys, because at the end of the day, I love Octane. I think Octane is so much fun. I think Octane is such a fun character. His personality is, you know, his heirloom, his appearance, he's got everything going for him, but unfortunately he is so far behind all the other legends. You know, at the end of the day, you've got legends like Ash that can dash, you've got legends like Loba that can bracelet, you've got so many movement ability legends, and you got poor Octane that has to lose health, and his jump pad means he can get shot at the same time. He's, unfortunately, unless you're a tap strafer that is able to do M and K and do crazy movement, you are not going to benefit playing Octane, especially not on console. Not gonna happen. It is just not worth playing Octane at the moment, unfortunately. I think he needs a rework. He needs something done because, unfortunately, Octane's suffering, guys, and it's really sad. Next up, we got my boy Pathfinder, and it breaks my heart, this one. Pathfinder got nerfed so bad last season, and of course it breaks my heart because at the end of the day you got Loba, who is absolutely just like doing so well with movement and of course, you know, getting 2 bracelets, and then you got Pathfinder over here going, right, I now have to wait 30 seconds to grapple and my ability now only does 25% less damage rather than 50. What the hell? Whilst you've also now brought in another legend like Ash, who can have 2 dashes or 2 ultimates, and poor Pathfinder can't have any of that. Like, he's also got the worst hitbox in the game. I'm sorry, he is so thick for somebody who's meant to be so slim. It's ridiculous. He needs maybe something changed to his hitbox, and then I would be a bit more like, okay, maybe I'll tolerate it a bit more. But it's so hard to like be like, yeah, he deserves to be higher, because unfortunately, I really don't think he does. If you use your grapple at the wrong time and you get caught out, you've got so long to wait. And like I mentioned, your hitbox is disgusting. It's rubbish. Your zip lines are pointless now. There's just nothing going for Pathfinder. I've not enjoyed playing him once since the nerf. I'm actually going to be so harsh, and it breaks my heart to do this. Oh, I think I'm sticking him in E. Oh, like maybe D, but I'm going to go with E, and it breaks my heart, but I just don't want him anymore. The amount of times now as well, I'll be playing ranked and I forget to pick my legend and someone picks Ash, and then I get stuck with Pathfinder. It is so triggering. There is nothing going for Pathfinder, and it breaks my heart, man. Next up, we do have Rampart. Now, Rampart, oh, she was used so much in the ALGS, and that shows how strong of a legend she is and how strong Sheila is. She is disgusting. There is no doubt in my mind that Sheila, Rampart, they're both going in S. They have to go in S because she is so damn strong. She is a ridiculously strong legend, and she is a hell of a lot of fun. She can hold down those areas, and of course Sheila is just so good. The way it can start up so quickly, the amount of crazy clips we saw in Japan using her, man, she is so good. So yeah, there's no doubt in my mind she deserves to be an S tier. Next up, we've got Revenant. Now, Revenant's had a few tweaks and changes as the seasons have gone on. Revenant is not as strong as he used to be. Is he still a good legend? Yes. If anything, if you miss playing Pathfinder and you miss that kind of movement, the leap in and the jump in, I would personally maybe look towards Revenant because he's very similar playstyle. But there is so many better legends out there right now. The legends that are available right now are so much better in the assaults, the supports, and of course, you know, things like Rampart. You know, I don't know when you would realistically pick Revenant as much. Do I think he deserves to be an S? No. Do I think he deserves to be an A? Yes. I'm going to stick him in A. I think he deserves A because he's still a really strong legend and has a lot of movement. He can be a right nuisance. I don't think you'll ever see him in the ALGS at the moment, but ranked wise, I've seen quite a few Revenants. Next up, we've got Seer. Unfortunately, Seer, he ain't got a lot going for you, bro. Seer has struggled for a while. He is probably, if not joint, maybe one of the worst, second worst Recon legends out there. I don't see anybody using Seer, unfortunately. And unfortunately, for that reason, we have to put him low. Now, where does he belong? Where does he deserve? I'm going to put him, because there is times where I played Seer in pubs and stuff, because I get redeemed on Twitch, and I go, actually, do you know what? He's not actually that bad. And I think, you know, it's just because the other Recon legends are so much better that I'm going to put him in D. I think D is a nice spot. I think D suits him. I mean, realistically, if I was being maybe I could go like, oh, I'll put him in E and I'll put Pathfinder in D. But actually, do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep it where I am. I'm going to stick to my word that I think Pathfinder, unfortunately, has lost a lot of love. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm actually changing my mind. No, I've done it. Seer's going E, Pathfinder's going D. I actually think that is better. Okay, right. Next up, we've got Valkyrie. Valkyrie is an excellent legend, of course. Recon legend. She is seriously good. I really like Valkyrie, and I think she's so good for those rotations, for getting height, and just a case of getting your team out of sticky situations. So I feel like you can't sleep on her. Do I think she's S tier? Maybe not, but I do think she is A. I think she's got a lot of the utilities that you need for a team, and I think she can bring a lot to the team that a lot of other legends can't, but I don't think she deserves S. Moving into next, we have Vantage. Now, Vantage, I despise. I think Vantage sucks. I do not like Vantage one bit. I think Vantage, yes, has a very, very strong sniper. And to be fair, the time to kill this season does make her sniper more viable. But her movement is so slow. A lot of people defended it and being like, oh, mate, you know, her movement is actually really good. The bat, you know, her bat echo is fantastic. I don't know, guys. I think she's too thick. I think she just doesn't bring anything to a team. I don't really rate her. Now, do I think she deserves to be an F this season, though? I'm actually going to put her in E. I'm actually going to put her above Octane, which breaks my heart because normally I would put them together, but I think the sniper is too good to ignore this season. If you're using that sniper with the time to kill, you can really benefit playing Vantage. You can get a lot of serious knocks using her. So I think she does deserve E, but at the end of the day, that's the only reason. If you're out of sniper bullets, I don't know what you're going to do with her. Next up, we have Wattson. Now, Wattson is a fantastic legend, and Wattson, once again, is a good all-round legend. She's a lovely small legend as well. I think she is the smallest legend that in her, you know, area. And I think at the end of the day, she's also so cute and, you know, oh, I love her. She's great. She's got a great little character. And at the end of the day, I do think she's good, but I don't actually think she deserves to be on like S tier. I don't think she belongs with Rampart. I don't think she is that good for that. Do I think she belongs in A with Caustic and Catalyst? Yes, I do think so, because I think at the end of the day, she has the ability to really lock down a building. Her ultimate is fantastic to counteract those beings like Gibby ults or nade spam and things like that that really could help your team. You know, she's brilliant. And of course, she's also helping with shield regen. With the time to kill being higher this season, potentially you would probably want that ultimate there so that your shields are getting healed up maybe while you're doing white meds. So yeah, I think that she deserves A. And last but not least, we are looking at Wraith. And unfortunately, Wraith is another one of my main legends that needs some love. She unfortunately has got nothing going for her. I really am sad about it. I look at people like Ash that has portals that can just instantly do. Wraith has to travel to get her portal down. Her phase takes longer. She has to a warm-up time to even get it to start. Unfortunately, there's not a lot going for Wraith. And I think, unfortunately, I'm going to put her in D. And this breaks my heart because the two legends that I have 10k kills on, Pathfinder and Wraith, are both in D. That is horrible to say. But guys, I think that is my tier list done. So this is my season 24 tier list. As you can see, it's very top heavy, and I think that is because so many legends are viable this season. So many legends are good, but of course there are a lot of legends that are not. It seems to be, at the end of the day, mainly support and of course assault legends with a little bit of Rampart in there, of course, if you're looking at the ALGS and how strong she is for competitive. But of course the other legends start to simmer down towards the end. But yeah guys, that is my opinion. Of course, I'm not saying I'm right, this is what I think. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you think you like my tier list? Do you think it's rubbish? Make sure you hit the like button, comment down below, and please subscribe your notifications on that way you never miss an upload. I'm going to do a weapon tier list video next week. So yeah, make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you, and I'll see you all in the next video.